show just what my dreams are really made of. Let's stay together, you and me, boy. There's no one like you around, oh baby. I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I am so into you. I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. It could be the way that you hold me. Could be the things that you say. Oh, I'm not too sure what it is, boy, but I know I feel in this way. Hey, oh, I think you're truly something special. My dreams are made of. Let's stay together, you and me, boy. There's no one like you around, oh baby. Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? Struggle on the regular, but today I'm Kanye. Hello, it's Kanye keeping panty clean. Hopefully, you guys are ready to have a good time on this Sunday afternoon. We are happy to have you and really, really happy to be talking about Crooklyn. What a better day to do it than on a Sunday. This is a feel good day. Of course, I'm not here alone. My partner in crime is in the house. Ashley, are you back there keeping your panty clean? And are you ready to talk about Crooklyn?
I absolutely am. I keep my panty clean. Absolutely ready to dive in it and ready to talk about how much of a bum Woody really was. I just wanna say that. But yeah, I'm ready to chop it up and get all the way into the weeds of it all.
Ashley gonna come in hot on Woody's neck already. Y'all get in here. We would love to get some more folks in here. Be sure to hit that like button and comment. And if this just so happens to be your first time seeing myself or Ashley, subscribe because we here on the regular and we give really, really good content. Like Ashley look really cute. I just want to say that.
Thank you, girl. I'm giving my flower child. I ain't have no afro wig. I said, dang, I can't be nobody. I had no beads, but we made it do what it do because, it's a vibe. We're going to dress up every single time, y'all. Every single
Yeah, you know I'm gonna have a yang yang laying around the house. We don't plan this, y'all. This was impromptu, and y'all get Kanye. Oh no, Tito. Absolutely, absolutely. But getting on into it, we of course just have to start off with the mere basics. Like everybody has their own, unique reasons. But Ashley, I want to come to you first, and of course, y'all can leave it in the chat. Why do you think we love Crooklyn so much?
We love Crooklyn because I feel like it felt like home. Like I felt like at any given moment you could put yourself in Troy the boy's shoes and feel all of that. Even me, I was raised as an only child, but I had a ton of boy cousins. I have a ton of biological brothers, and it was like this was real family life. Watching it now, I will say there are things that are problematic for me in my spirit deep down on the inside. But from playing outside with your friends to neighborhood drama and your mama got to come out and regulate to go to the store and get me so and so, and you better come back with what I asked you for. Like everything was so relatable, and it felt good. It felt like home. Spike did his big one with this. This movie left an indelible mark on me to this day. I quote Crooklyn. A deep love affair with Crooklyn, a deep one.
Before I share my thoughts, let me get this good old super chat from Darfalina before she zooms out. Thank you so much for supporting. Hey, I'm gonna catch the replay, but I'm glad y'all covering this movie, Spike Lee's best work. Hit the like button and subscribe, everyone. Hit that like and subscribe, please. Thank you, Darfalina, and she ain't never lied. But for me, Crooklyn is just like you better be in this house before the streetlights come on. Crooklyn is just traces of childhood. And I don't think anybody here was, because I think this is 73. We went outside, but there's just a bygone era of family, no phones, no text, sitting at the table, having dinner, being outside. Like,
I tell my babies all the time, like, we were outside, and we ain't talking about how it's like outside, like we outside. No, we were outside. We were playing. Like there was, so much joy in being outside and having a really, really good time. And not only being that, because I was never the only girl, but even just being the oldest and kind of identifying with Quentin, and most of all, just kind of getting in that realm of taking your mom for granted, because everything is the worst thing just because she said it and it's your mom and she's getting on the nerves and all of this. And it's just the small moments you wish you could get back to your mom just telling you, be in this house, had this kitchen clean before I get here, like had that chicken thawed out in the sink because you better.
When Quentin said, "Listen, I'd rather have a father than a mother any day," I said, man, by the end, I know he's eating those words like that. Ugh.
Absolutely terrible. And Sunny, I want to speak to you for a minute. Like, thank you so much for being here and spending your time. Like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you lost your mom. That's really, really, really heavy. And I hope you're doing everything you need to cope with that. But we're happy you're here. You're happy to hear. I hope you laugh. I hope you smile. I hope you really have a good time. But that's another thing I want to point out with this film, because I think in reflecting on it, a lot of us focus on the center of boy Troy, because Troy is our center, and this is, that coming of age situation for her. But a big chunk of this story is about grief, and that's what it was intended for. But we gonna get into all that. But shout out to Sunny. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, like I just love this movie down. Like I love it down, and it's just the time to just appreciate how things once were. Do you ever think we could get back to a time of just Crooklyn, of kids being outside playing, in the yard, on the stoop, running around the house, running around your apartments, wherever you were, just really enjoying time in each other, instead of just kind of everybody's just so separate, off on their own, doing their own thing?
It's so hard, Tyra, now. Like, and not to be that person, but I mean, I think with just like the advent of technology, I don't think it'll ever be that simplistic again. Like literally, y'all outside playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots, like yelling at the neighborhood, playing like a ding dong ditch, doing all of the things. Like, and while I think there are bits and pieces of that still happen, I don't think to this degree. And if we could take a moment and get into Spike Lee's storytelling in this, it's not a traditional film in terms of, heavy plot driven, right? Where we're always looking to see, it's like just Black people being. And there's something just so beautiful about that. I wish we could get to a place where we could just be like
Child,
without
even
all of the extras.
child, we ain't sorry. I'm so sorry. We're not, like, even here, just looking at this, and I ain't never lived in anybody's brownstone, but I think everybody can speak to like an old neighborhood or something that once was just being absolutely gentrified. All of these lovely Latina, Puerto Rican, Black, all this community of people striving for more and living in this, like, yeah, this whole section, I believe, of Brooklyn is really, really gentrified. And however much their brownstone was then, child, you better hold on to it if they're gonna try to buy you out, because baby, they cleaned up the block in the worst way possible. But yeah, just the lack of community and everything overall. But y'all know I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. Y'all might ain't rolled up on Crooklyn in a while. Let's get into all the feel goods of it, because y'all know I'm gonna have some bits and pieces so we can reminisce with it. Oh,
It looked funny. It looked stupid. So look at yours. At least mine's don't look all funny like yours. She got good hair. She got Peter Rican hair.
I bet her, man. Stop touching me, ugly.
Don't you be calling my sister ugly. Come on, y'all. Who wants to jump rope?
I don't
want to play.
Psych your mind, make your booty shine.
Thumbs up.
I can't always first, thumbs down. When I would it, never give me nothing.
Shut up, you flat-chested wimp.
And I'm telling my you call me an evil flat-chested wench.
Go ahead. Tell you are evil flat-chested wimp.
I expect you wouldn't be out here like this. Come on, girl, you have your thing. Don't pay her no mind. Go on, move on.
Here, I told you not to send me.
Get up. What on earth happened to you?
Peanut's a girl.
How big is she?
6'2", 200 pounds.
Some girl named Peanut take my groceries and my food stamps. I'll whip you but my damn self.
I know a place, y'all. I'll take you there.
Child, not a box. Not the box.
Listen, using whatever they had to have fun.
Absolutely. I love the intro of the film, just all the kids outside.
Hey, Wendell, you see my tickets? No, it wasn't me.
Hey, man, you can't find the tickets.
Touch my tickets, I'm gonna break your neck. Break it then. Girl, get off of me. Shut up. Give me my tickets. Like the funny-looking nickels of yours also. I woke up in pee this morning.
I said, is the TV on?
No!
Girl, you know the TV on. You knew the TV was on, ma. Girl, oh, not the throwback. Like, Mama, please don't send me to the store with these food stamps. I don't want to go to the store with these food stamps. Girl, are you not embarrassed? I don't want to go. Oh, but leaving bits of why we love it so much. I always thought, probably until I discussed it with the review, if y'all want to go check that out also, that this was Spike Lee's situation. This is clearly based on their family life, but this is mostly Joie Lee. She wrote it for the most part. They all kind of collectively did it, but these are journal entries and thoughts and things from her childhood that she put to paper over the loss of her mother, from that all the way to just the fun things that happened within their family. But not only was the entire family involved in this really being Joie's baby, this is the dedication to their mother, who also passed away from cancer, and they just didn't grieve. They just didn't grieve, like, at all. All of the who were kids at the time just spoke on, like, she just died and we just act like it didn't happen. We didn't feel like we were allowed that space. We just kind of moved on. And they were all hoping that this would kind of be in her memory, as well as kind of a way to grieve. But she said it was just too hard. She couldn't even grieve at this moment. And it still took her even longer removed from this film to just, even the brothers too, to just process our mom died. And we should have grieved. We should have talked about it. And we just didn't. But Ashley, how do you feel about this kind of being based on their family? Because Spike Lee is very much so Quentin. That's why he got to watch them Knicks, why he got them thick Coke bottles on. And of course, Joie is very much so Troy, the only girl in this family of boys. And it's being a tribute to their mom that they feel like they didn't get a chance to grieve properly.
I think it's beautiful, and I think it translates. A lot of people say, don't get too deep, don't get too personal when you're creating a work. I guess because it can sometimes muddy the waters, but I think it did the opposite in this. I think this was a beautiful story told in real time, and anyone can relate, whether you've lost a parent or not. I think anyone can relate because grief is a wild thing. Grief can be in waves, but it impacts everybody different at different times. Like, I feel like when my mom passed away, it took me 8 or 9 years to like fully recover. And it wasn't like this consistent state of, oh, I'm sad and miserable. But there were moments where I just didn't want to think about it at all. And I'm strong and I can carry on and go about the business of life. But in those quiet moments, that's when it comes up. And I think for this film, I think this was definitely an outlet. I think it was a beautiful in memoriam. Since I didn't know that was like their true life story. So that's incredible to hear. And I think they did an amazing job. And I hope that it helped them to grieve and get past it and gain some healing, because that's hard.
Crazy, because unfortunately it didn't. They said this hurt so much making this film, and it was like it had the opposite effect, because she was saying like she saw so much of herself in little Zelda Harris, and just the process of the family, like the dinner table scenes. They really thought that this was going to be an outlet and a tribute to their mom, and it just had the opposite effect. And they were real, like, heavily, like, emotional. I was like, well, damn. But it really means something in the time. I know everybody says, like, everybody grieves differently and in their own way, and some people need more time than others. But this happened, when they aged the kids down. I think she was 14 at the time that it happened, and their mom passed kind of abruptly from cancer. But even, from 14 to this moment, there still wasn't a process of grieving for her or for the brothers, or even, later. It just really, really took them time. So as far as like grief is concerned, like how long is too long?
I don't think there's a limit. I don't think there's a limit. I don't think there's a limit at all. And Shawnee, I saw your comment earlier about therapy, and that's going to be the thing because my therapist said, like, listen, there's no time limit on it. Like, I still grieve. You know what I mean? There are still moments of missing and longing and all that. What scares me though about this situation, and I hope now that it's been, we're years and years after the fact, I hope they did find some peace there. But if her life truly did mirror Troy the boys, right, in Crooklyn, she immediately went into mother mode, like went into caring for the family. And that can prevent you from grieving as well because you just get busy with the things of life and responsibility and don't have time. And 20 years later, you're sitting down, finally, you have a moment of peace, and then it all hits you. So I don't think there's a time limit. I think people need to take as much time as they need, but it's definitely got to be addressed. And if you need to go see somebody about that, go see somebody about it.
I mean, I will say with the younger ages, and I don't know how old everybody was, but it's also important for the parent or whoever the confidant is in the space to let the child know it's okay to cry. It's okay to grieve. It's okay for you to ask me. I think a lot of people just kind of skip over it because I don't want to trigger my dad. I don't want to be the one to bring mom up or whoever. But I think just let them know that it's okay that you're allowed to have that space to grieve because sometimes you're skipping over it as a child because whoever the adult is, whoever granny is, dad is, sister is, auntie, they don't even want to acknowledge it. So I think it's important to let people know that it's a safe space to grieve and talk about mama. But I thought it was funny that I was like, oh, this had to be the ultimate outlet. I'm so happy, at least, in 94, we got to grieve. And it was like, no, this was the opposite effect. This was hard for all of us. I was like, well, dang, dang. Oh,
Well,
man. Yeah, I was really, really surprised. But yeah, Spike Lee is oldest. He's Quentin, and Joie is little Troy. But a classic flop because I got a little rhythm back here of the Spike Lee films. The Sweet Blood of Jesus, Girl 6, She Hate Me, and Crooklyn over there in the corner because these would be considered a part of Spike Lee's flop era. This movie came out and was panned so hard. Nobody got it. Nobody understood it. And it was like the run was cute while it lasted, Spike. But whatever you had when we got into She's Gotta Have It, Malcolm X, Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, you have lost it with this film, Crooklyn, and nobody watched it. It flopped so hard. Ashley, why didn't anybody get it then?
I don't know what was wrong with the people of the time. Was it those damn boomers? What the hell? You damn boomers. I don't know. This came out in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 1994? I'm trying to think of what they were surrounded by at the time. Maybe the audience at that time, or what the powers that be would have the audience believe, is that Black people didn't want to see the story at the time. Because I'm trying to think, 94. That was around the era of Boys in the Hood.
Because like 91 is like Boys in the Hood. I think 93 is like Menace to Society. Like a lot of those films were coming out, so maybe this was just like a complete just position. Like, whoa, look at all this family life. Boys getting killed in the hood. Why are we here?
And I think timing is always a big thing with that. I think people were, like you said, they were going for that. I don't know if it was like the hood life aesthetic in the early 90s, or they were looking for like a romance, you know what I mean? Like some kind of love story. But I feel like they missed the boat, honey. Because when I remember the first time seeing it, and it was probably on VHS. I know I didn't go to the movie to see it. But I remember the first time seeing it, and it was instantly a classic. It was instantly part of my lore. Like literally, I was quoting it. I was watching it multiple times in the week. And it was just a part. I don't know what was wrong with them damn boomers back then. Get it together.
Nobody got it. It was just, and I think this kind of made it sting a little bit harder for the family because it took so long. They took so long casting the family, trying to get everybody just right, all the way from Daryl. This is actually Alfre and Delroy's low-key like first leading roles in a movie, especially Delroy. Delroy said he was so scared, like, I hope I get this right. Somebody that gave me a chance. I'm trying to get out there and, really, really do well. And y'all got to be a dad, this family man. Like, this is a lot. But it was just like we poured our all into this, tried to give this as a tribute to our mother, grieve, if not for us, then maybe for somebody, and really, you know, get away from definitely that hood aesthetic, the violence, the menace to society, the boys in the hood, the poetic justice of the whole situation.
Mhm.
Let's just kind of get back to a yesteryear type situation, and nobody watched it. No, it did so bad. I didn't know this was a flop. Yes, y'all, it did not do well. It was right. And then after that, he came out with Girl 6. They were like, yeah, you lost it. Meanwhile, Crooklyn and Girl 6 are like two of my faves. Two of my absolute faves. But yeah, I appreciate it. That would explain why we don't have a couple more Crooklyns coming our way. But leaving this, I thought y'all knew, y'all. It was a flop. It was Flop City. But getting into Miss Zelda Harris here. This was really, really great. I didn't know until kind of reading up on Joie's perspective as to why she wanted this story. It wasn't just a tribute to the mom, but just like we said with all the films that were really evident at the time that had an all-black cast, she's like, I didn't see myself. I didn't see teenage girls, young girls, girlhood, coming of age, anything. If anything, you know, my girl was gonna be over there. My girl and them, they were gonna always have a coming of age situation. And she's like, as far as the Black girls, I didn't see anything for myself. So I really wanted this film to center around Troy and kind of speak to the girls around me experience, and definitely my experience coming up, being the only girl in the house full of boys, kind of being, you know, the matriarch of the family later once we lose our mom. I just didn't see the Black girl experience on film. But how did you feel meeting Troy? Because this is like her first coming out. Zelda hadn't really had any acting experience, but when they saw her and she had to test so many times, they were like, oh my God, she's so natural, she's so good. And of course we know she kind of opted to go to school and kind of leave acting by the wayside, but I thought she was great.
Oh, Baby Girl was amazing. There was this weird show on network TV. I won't say it was weird, but it was called Noah's Ark, I think. And it was this family who adopted all of these different races of kids. And she was on there. And I don't know if I met her there or I saw her there after this, but I love this actress. I think she's amazing. And you're right. And again, representation is so important, which is even more of a reason why I hate that this flopped. Because you're right. Before this, all I had was Veda Sultanfuss. Right, I had Punky Brewster, Veda Sultanfuss over there with my girl, and I think it's important for little Black and brown girls to have little Black and brown girls that look like them on TV. Even though, like I said, the storyline gets a little problematic towards the end for me with Troy the boy, but I think it was a reality of the time. I think the representation was important, and this baby girl acted down. She did her big one. You believed her in this. There wasn't, and I know Tyra, y'all know Tyra don't like a child actor half the time. But this little girl did her big one.
This is done right.
In this movie. All of the kids actually did an amazing job in their roles, but she was absolutely the standout and the star of the film.
You know what, Dane? You always come in here being messy, okay? I let you in here out of the kindness of my heart, and this is how you do me. Why Tyra looking like Whitney Houston? I'll take that. Baby, Whitney Houston in the 80s was eating down. First of all, this is RuPaul, Crooklyn, Connie, realness. Get it together, okay? Because I ain't no punta. I keeps my panty clean. That's what this is. If you ain't seen the movie, just say that. Coming in here being messy with your little $2. In the day. I would definitely take Whitney. Whitney was gorgeous, okay? And y'all know, a lot of the child actors today, they're just not giving it, okay? Now, most of the time when I say like, oh my goodness, where they find this kid actor, normally it's pertaining to something modern day. Back in the day, there are a few, but this is something that clearly came natural to her. And it was really great. You resonated, you saw yourself. This isn't something that I rolled up on later and saw as an adult. This is something I was watching as a little Black girl, like, oh. And it's something about, and I hate to say it, because it feels like we're taking something away from a certain demographic or a certain person. It's something about seeing an unambiguous Black girl on TV, because we don't see that now. I feel like between back then and now, we had so many diversity. You would see everything versus just particularly seeing one thing now. Even with the family dynamic, this is a very Black family. This is a very Black family. Yeah, there isn't, two lighter skin, fair skin daughters, and then you have the dark skins. I'm like, where y'all? I mean, and everybody goes in like my family. I'm not talking about your family. I'm talking about what we keep seeing. We ain't never had it at home. We ain't never had it at home because if it was, what is that little TikTok where it be like, Mommy and Daddy found you in the garbage can. You was on. We found you outside. You was adopted. Like you would have, that little moment. But majority of the time, siblings, we looked like each other. And I don't feel like we see that anymore. This is a black ass family. And I appreciate it for that. I don't care who got something to say about it.
That part.
But Zelda Harris was really, really great. And I thought she did a great job. And even though this was very much so centered around Troy and her growing up, the little boy, if he, if the little boy hits you, he like you. And get off my stoop. She have to pour that hot ass water on that little boy.
Because not you coming to talk to my mama and have a private conversation about me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, this was it was just that and just really finding her place and just all those boys and kind of having some of that which we don't never use now, like that tomboy energy, because you do have a bunch of brothers. You are roughhousing and playing around and picking on your oldest because you're just trying to figure out exactly where you fit in. I identified with it. I thought it was great. But I love that even though it was censored on her, we didn't make the rest of the family like completely obsolete. Even though the roles were minor, we still found a way for every single one of these kids to shine. Because baby, I ate 3 peas. I ate 3 peas. I love the family. I love the family dynamic and just how they were. And we were able to give levity to everybody. So often now, it seems like scripts and movies have a very hard time like touching on everybody. It's always somebody going to waste, or y'all hired this little boy to come on here and do this. Like, no, everybody played a really, really pivotal role, especially Quentin as that oldest. Actually, how did you feel about the rest of the boys?
I adore them. And and we talk about this so much, especially with modern day storytelling, compared to storytelling in the 90s, is that it didn't take a lot of time. Like it doesn't take a lot of time to give a character depth or even to get to know a character. Quentin, like you said, we knew he loved basketball, honey. He was about whatever he was about. We knew the chunky one was always gonna have something slick to say and do, you know what I mean? And do his thing. We know the broken arm boy, he hated black eyed peas, and he was a mama's boy, right? And we knew the baby was the baby. Like it didn't take a ton of time to flesh these characters out and know how Troy was connected to each of her brothers. Like I thought it was incredible. We know broken arm was her best friend, right? Even though they got into it, Quentin was, he's just gonna be the older brother bully. Like I loved everything about it. And like I said, they held their own as well. In every scene, you're gonna get something. Quentin was gonna give a little Raj from what's happening. He delivered for me because when he put it in the chokehold, all about his Knicks tickets, I was like, yeah,
absolutely.
Stop
playing. Girl, not my Buffalo nickels. Oh, you watch your damn mind, girl. Not my nickels, like girl, not my Buffalo nickels, but just the picking, the the picking and the back and forth of it all. Like it's something so trivial now, but the way I wish I could get back, like instead of paying bills, just just the good old days. You can say, get out of my room, stay out of my stuff. I know you've been in my stuff.
Well, it's so cute, and actually probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, and it's not a big movie, but you had it in the clip where they're wanting to watch the Partridge Family. The older brother's like, put the Knicks on, and the chunky one is like, well, no, because hold on, you don't want to change your vote? Okay, we'll just watch it. Like he's hiding this desire to really watch the Partridge Family because you want to say, I woke up in love this morning. But I was like, dang, that's me and my cousins. Like they would act like they was hard and didn't want to watch Jim or something, but you wanted to watch that cartoon with me. Quit playing. I loved it. It was the little things like that for
Not
me.
even the little things, like back when you had one TV, you get to pick one thing. I'm taking 6 o'clock. You get to watch what you want to watch between 4 and 5. Like it's been a minute since it was just like the one TV situation. Now, everybody has a freaking television in every single room, but one TV with the dial on it. Yeah, don't touch it. Nobody breathe around the antenna because I ain't got time to be trying to readjust it. Everybody be still. Everybody be still. Like, but I was here for the family and the boys. Yes, Quentin, I don't care. I'm watching this game. I'm watching this game. But moving on here, child, I just want to take a moment before we went anywhere else. Now look here. I think I saw this before I maybe even knew who Serena and Venus were, so I really didn't see it. Now, braids and beads, they weren't a new thing. You know, especially you, a young girl of a certain age, you was gonna get you some braids and some beads and drive your mama crazy, making noise all around the damn house. But this particular hairstyle, beads all the way up to the root, I had never seen that, and I thought it was like, wow, how where they do that at? Oh my god! Like, I thought this was the most like spectacular shit as a kid. I just thought like I was like, oh my god, this ethereal beauty. Of course, I didn't know this. I was like, oh, this is a princess. Do y'all see this? Did y'all see her? She got braids all the way up to the root. I thought it was the most incredible shit I had ever seen.
Tara's like, it's magic, y'all. It's magic.
It was. I thought it was. Did you? It was just something about the mom and the choice of beads and how they went all the way down to the root. I was like, I ain't never seen this. We had to just take a moment and acknowledge this hair. I thought the hair was absolutely beautiful. Getting back into some of that culture and the blackness that is put in, beautiful people use Afro sheen. We get, into those, getting back into those 70s and taking pride in who you were, your natural hair, your this, your that. Like, it's just very evident here. Even the aesthetic of their home. It's very, lived in, very kind of pieced together and eclectic, but it still gives like a sense of warmness and family. But I had to take a minute for these beads and braids. Actually, anything on these beads and braids.
Absolutely. And it brings you back, like I said, any black girl grew up, and I don't know, back in my day they used foil at the end, so I literally have damn PTSD about getting popped in the head, then parts and the foil ends at the bottom to keep the beads secured. That's before the advent of modern technology. But yeah, beautiful. Again, like I said, it felt like home. And even like you said, when you go into their brownstones, like deep earth tones, mahoganies, richness, color, it felt like any black person's home. Like, okay, that could be my auntie's house, that could be my cousin's house. Yeah, it gives everything.
It was great. Like, I just had to. I thought it was magic. I did. I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Something I would love to go here, but yeah, it looks heavy and it looks like noise. How we sleeping on that? I don't know. It's gorgeous though. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I just wanted to point it out because Troy is picked on a lot in the film about her. And meanwhile, us today, like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. Like, they're like, oh, it's funny looking. Like, girl, why would you do that to your hair? Even your mama's hair. Because as soon as we got to Song House, she said we taking that out. But yeah. I thought it was beautiful what we were taking pride in back then.
And rocks.
And what she was, girl, getting straight up picked on, like, for what? Let me see what this is. Dane, all right, I'm gonna put you on the screen. Oh, no, this is not Dane. This is Swank Fan. Somebody with some sense. Hey! How y'all's weekend? It was great. The weekend has been great, and it's great to just sit here and get into some Crooklyn with you guys. I'm trying to look at what we have over here from Kick. Ashley, get these folks out of here.
I am, girl. I can't. They don't. Only comes up. You can't respond in there, but I think I fixed it.
Oh well, we can put that down. Don't come in here with the fornication.
Oh my god.
Yes, that's how you get that out of here.
Girl, at least nobody else can see it but us. Okay.
Thank you so much. While we clean house, we're gonna take a little break. Thank you guys so much for spending time with us on your Sunday. Hit that like button. Let us know your thoughts and how much you love Crooklyn. We're gonna be right back.
Not knowing each other for real. Hold up. Lord is flower bound, firefly. When I'm low, you take me high. Teach you all the sounds of love. Flower bomb, let me guess your favorite fragrance. And you got that bomb. I'm trying to detonate you. No disrespecting, baby. Just try and make you smile. Try to keep my spirits up. That's why I lace it down. Try to keep your spirits up. Little vodka, whatever. Took it forever to get dressed. I acknowledge your effort. so I clap for her. She deserves an applause. Shawty working so hard, she deserves that baton. Shawty, where your baton? Racing through my mind like she heard that I got that work. I heard that she been on strike. Care to tell? Read your mind. She been on them dollars first. Caramel, macchiato, when Shawty get in the work. I can be your boyfriend, be your Vico, or ignorant reverse. I'm just trying to work that. They just trying to work your nerves. I'm just trying to read your mind. I'm just trying to feed you mine. I'm just trying to keep you light. They just trying to leave you blind. Fantasy, I feel the way you dance with me. It's feeling like you need to be my lady, my baby. Can't you see? I'm talking about it.
Girl, that's my part. Listen to me, la 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 la, means I love you, oh baby. Because he was gonna sing, if I could, I like to be a great big movie star. Girl can sing for shit. Overnight sensation. Girl can sing. But before we big expensive car, absolutely. Dang said Ashley tried to pull a fast one. We keeping an eye on her. Dang, see how she had put that for.
Lord have mercy.
Good. But before we jump into, I guess, my mom,
It look funny. It looks stupid. So look at yours. At least mine don't look all funny like yours. She got good hair. She got Peter Rican hair.
I ain't that hummus. Don't touch me ugly.
Don't you be calling my sister ugly. Come on, y'all. Who wants to jump rope?
I don't
want to play.
Want some candy? Psych your mind, make it thumbs up. I call always first, thumbs down. When I would never give me nothing.
Shut up, you evil flat-chested wench.
And I'm telling my you call me an evil flat-chested wench.
Go ahead, tell you are evil flat-chested wench.
I expect you wouldn't be out here like this. Come on, girl, you have your thing. Don't pay her no mind. Go on, move on.
Here, I told you not to send me.
Get up. What on earth happened to you?
Peanut's a girl.
How big is she?
6'2", 200 pounds.
Some girl named Peanut take my groceries and my food stamps. I'll whip you but my damn self.
I know a place, y'all. I'll take you there.
Idiot.
make you want to cry.
Hey, Wendell, you see my tickets? No, it wasn't me. Shoot.
Hey, man, you can't find the tickets.
Touch my tickets, I'm gonna break your neck.
Look at the young Bokin Woodard sitting on the stoop. I didn't realize that was women who watched it the other day.
Bet the funny looking nickels of yours.
Bokin?
I didn't know that was right there.
I woke up in pee this morning.
I said, is the TV?
No!
Girl, you know the TV on.
What was the old people around Tyra? Puerto Rican. What was up with him? Why was he around these kids? Why was Bokin
I
around?
don't know why his old ass was on the stoop, okay? I thought he was passing through. I mean, but Bo Kim was on the stoop also. I think they were supposed to be like older teens, but I was like, Spike, that's somebody's father. Because you can tell, like, before they go on the road trip and they're like, you know, keep an eye on the house. He's like the older Puerto Rican teenager in the neighborhood. But over there in the group with the kids playing that little calculated baseball, get your old ass out of here. I didn't know what's going on. It's a little too old to be over there. But getting more into the family here.
Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? Didn't I tell you I wanted the kitchen clean? Get up now. Get up. All you little peanuts at attention. Get up, boy. Now, get your butt up. Get up now. Everybody up against the wall. From now on, everybody's going to start pulling their weight around here. Do you understand me? I've got all night, Nate.
Come on, Mommy. Why I gotta eat this?
Yeah.
All the calcium in the world ain't gonna make up for this nasty taste.
It might have made up for your broke arm.
Oh, come on to the Knicks.
I don't care care what it is. It is not nasty. Everybody else likes it. You're gonna eat.
They all crazy.
I got ice cream and something. You want some?
I do.
No, I don't want them having that junk.
Jam is just a little sandy.
What? Answer me, what? Turn the goddamn TV off.
Surprise, boys.
The big deal is I said no TV on a school night, damn it. The Knicks got a job. You need an education, boy. I will throw this idiot box out the window. How dare you go to your father's and find me, boy?
Come on now, Jim. Let him watch his game.
No, Woody, please don't touch me. I own this family house. I pay Conrad for the electricity. Now, when you want to start paying some of the bills, everybody else gets to decide when we put the TV on. I'm watching this game. What?
All right. Let's get into Carol and Woody now. All the highlights we spoke on earlier about, childhood memories and the family and the playing outside, that does not negate the dysfunctional parenting happening here within this relationship marriage between Carol and Woody. I swear, watching this younger, it wasn't on my radar. I'm sure we were basking in, the rock'em sock'em robot running to the corner store getting your red hots and lemon heads energy of it all. This was so problematic. And what I'm not going to say is Woody definitely loved his children. Mm-hmm. Woody is a musician. Woody wants nothing more than to be a pure artist and a musician. As you watch the film, you can really get into Woody kind of dealing with the times, us getting more into the mid-70s and his way of music, more so something subtle, classic, jazzy, kind of leading away with the times, and he's trying to kind of recapture some glory days. Well, don't forget when the money was coming in, I was this, I was that, I was the third. But right now, Woody, in the meantime of you trying to be a pure musician and waiting on the next big thing, I'm here paying majority of the bills, if not all the bills, how Carol was moving. I'm a teacher. I have to deal with kids at work. Then I have to come home and deal with our own kids. Not only that, but you're taking portions of the money, like write it in the check. Write down the check, Woody. I'll just ask you to write down the check. So when I'm rolling up to go buy groceries or whatever else, nothing's bouncing. But Woody's just feeling like, you're emasculating me to even ask me to do that. Like, just give me room to grow, to write my music and be a musician. All those things will come back later. Like, woman, like, let me breathe. Support me. I was like, Woody, are you so damn mind? I got 5 children. We have 5 children here. And I just couldn't for the life of me understand why we would blatantly ignore our wives' cry for help. Like, she was, I'm tired, Woody. I need help. Just help me. Make things easier for me. And the least you could do, if you not finna lift a finger and pay no bills, bring your ass in here with sand cake and that goddamn horn. Don't come and push me to the side when I'm trying to parent the children and discipline the children for favor of just let them do what they want to do. Take it easy. He ain't got to eat that. Eat the sand cake. Get the sugar. Get the candy. Watch the TV. Just relax, Carol. It's not that serious. It is that serious because I'm paying all the damn bills and I'm stressed out, Woody. Ashley, tell me about Carol and Woody.
Woody was a damn bum who needed a job. Like, he needed to put, like I say on my thumbnail, Woody is a bum. Because not you bouncing 5 checks in 1 month. She said 5. She said not once, not twice did you make a mistake and not put it in the register. No, you bounce checks on the regular, sir. You don't give a damn about this family. Now, I will say, at moments, you thought he loved his kids. But if you really love your kids, I need you to go get a 9-to-5. Talking about the days gone by. Well, back in the day, I used to keep y'all in Lord and Taylor and, everything you wanted, you could go off and get it. Whoop-de-wop. Not today, buddy. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Woody would have had to go until he got a job. And it wouldn't have been because you pulled me down them stairs and broke my foot. No, the relationship is done for me. She doesn't respect him as a man. She's going to emasculate him at every point because he's not proving himself to be a man. He wants to be them kids' friends. And later, if I didn't think that Woody was trash enough, he turns out to be even more trash after she passes, because why is your daughter now taking on the mama role? Where are you at, sir? She shouldn't be picking out no baby's hair. She shouldn't be worried about making no dinner, sir. That is your role and responsibility unless you went out and had to finally get a 9 to 5. Woody pissed me off, and I love Delroy Lindo down. I'm gonna watch everything he's in today. He acted it out beautifully, but at the end of the day, I felt like he undermined her parenting as well. I feel like every time
Right
she tried
here.
to and like he was always there. No, kids, it's gonna be no, you're not here to be Mr. Nice Guy, buddy. Get a job, put your big man draws on, and take the role as leader of the family. Like it pissed me off. I think there was too much weight on her shoulders, and it was a terrible marriage. It really was.
Woody don't want the roll. Woody want to roll on, roll on, roll on. Woody trying to roll on, okay? Woody, like what? I never got the idea. And if you wanted to be a Hotep, aspiring, starving artist, maybe we should have thought about that before. We have 5 children, 5 mouths to feed. We have children, small children. We have children to take care of, Woody. Why can't we be a starving, striving artist and pure musician and have a job at the same damn time? Because the entirety of the film, Woody is just like, leave me alone, whatever's happening. If these lights get cut off, who's the wiser? Just light a candle. Like when Woody rolled up in Isaiah Washington's face and was like, I'm gonna still expect that rent, even though y'all ain't got no lights. I don't know. And then the lights was off for quite some time. If you pay attention, and the lights was off. Like the lights was off, baby. Like
we can't dream without my lights now. You gotta turn some lights on, buddy. Like
no, just walking. She's just there, and I think that's what upset me the most was him interfering when she was trying to reprimand and discipline those kids. Like I'm trying to keep things here, keep order where I'm already stressed out, and then you come in and just leave them alone. And I really hate that dynamic between parenting when it's I want to be the good parent, the fun parent. Then you leave somebody to be the disciplinarian, and you have kids saying stuff. I'd rather have a father than a mother any day. Like that's why the kids felt like that. Everything was all daddy, 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 because I'm left to kind of look like the worst person in the world because I'm the only one doing real parenting and paying all the goddamn bills, Woody. I just to tell you, brother, to come get up out of here. Get up out of here. But that portion in the car when she's going like, I need help, Woody. I don't know what's wrong, but of course we know what was wrong. She's like, I'm just tired. And he's just like, well, just support me. Like, Woody, how much more support do you need, Woody? Why we gotta suffer for you to be a starving artist? And then they come cut the lights off, and Woody's just like, well, that's what it says there? Huh? No, we paid that. Yeah, no, we didn't. Because you trying to bet everything on this concert. I said, y'all was going to play in Woody face the whole time. That little concert, we had about 15 people in the audience. And that was family. That didn't pan out. And even in that moment, which is probably one of her worst states, because we know that cancer was really abrupt, she said, we're trying to keep your father's, spirits up, keeping in high spirits, because that concert didn't pan out. Like, Woody, you got to do a little bit more than just be the fun parent. Let me get this super chat here. Let's see. Thank you so much, Jay Buggin 88 for the $5. While Woody over there singing his shoulda, coulda, wouldas, the lights over there getting shut off. Roll on, roll on. He's gonna roll on. And I hate that. That's that double-edged sword as to why you would maybe tolerate or would. And Woody, that was a different kind of man, from the time between 50s and 60s leading into those early 70s. You would think most men of that era, they have been brought up to provide amongst else. Like Woody's desire to be a pure, untampered with, I can't work a 9 to 5 because I won't have time to be a real musician, is taking the front seat. Like, where? Anything else on Carol and Woody, actually?
Yeah, and I think that's hard. Just to kind of speak to that for a moment, I feel like that was a time between the 60s and 70s where we were moving into a lot of like liberation movements, and there was a lot of thought about like following your dreams and pursuing. And I think probably one of his big handicaps was the fact that he achieved success very early, and so he really hadn't had to establish like a life of working hard to accomplish something. something. So I think when that was taken away or he just wasn't as successful anymore, it was hard to humble himself enough to get a job. But baby, a real man gonna get that bread by any means necessary to take care of them kids. And the other thing is you're raising mainly boys.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the example that you're setting for your sons? That's the part. And that's why we got these jokers today. Just saying.
Girl, leave them alone, Carol. It ain't that deep. Just leave the boys. Leave them alone, Carol. Oh, you in here? Let them watch the game. No, first of all, no TV on a school night because when you're up watching the TV, you ain't gonna get up in the morning. It's gonna be dragging. Then I'm gonna have to get you up. Then I'm the only one paying the light bill, and I can barely do that because they got shut off for quite some time. And we in here eating by candlelight, and you in here. This is fun, ain't it? Ain't it? Smile, buck up. Ain't this adventure? Ain't this? Ain't this cute? No, Woody, I need my damn lights. Oh, Lord. But yeah, that was the example, especially Queenie. He was going right after the Woody. I'm watching this game. Don't tell me what to do. I wish I had my dad. Meanwhile, you have the younger ones, of course, kind of sticking more to her. Like, see what you did.
They
Got
made
my
it.
hurting her leg and stuff. Like, And of course, you know, Woody did some forgiveness and he got back in the house. But I just wish at some point we try to make it easier on our spine. This wasn't no little yank. This is your wife. This is your wife. This is the mother to all 5 of your children. Help her. Take care of her. Want what's best for the family and for you guys as a whole. It is so selfish for you to take up majority of your time and your own will just to be a musician, write songs, and hopefully, you know, get a performance that'll bring some bacon to the house. In the meantime, I'm just supposed to bear the burden so you can be
support me. Support me.
crazy. When he said support me in that car, I said, what? Excuse me? Support these lights. And then we still didn't get no money for the lights. They was leaning on that brother a whole lot, wasn't they? The brother gonna get it. Our brother got it. But move. Oh, Woody. Wow. Look at all them candles in the back.
This romantic, ain't it? It's fun.
Yeah.
One night by candlelight. No.
And like it still wasn't enough. We were already subletting to Isaiah Washington and his girlfriend. Like, but all right, let's move forward. I just want to
tell her respectfully, you not on the lease, so you don't have much to say. Hold on now.
Oh, really, Mr. Carmichael? No, I'm not on the lease. Like, okay. Okay.
Food stamps to your wife, and I'm not.
I didn't have to give her those food stamps, Mr. I did not have to give your wife those food stamps, okay? I did not have to give her those food stamps. I don't have to do anything. It's my damn house too. You get the lights on, asshole. Moving on. Oh Lord. But yeah, I just cause like baby in here greasing scalps, cutting hair. Like what? Boy, look now.
Sure.
I want him to get some help. Like I'm just telling you, it's one thing for anybody who's a parent. It's one thing when you have one child, you know, okay, it's cool. 2 children, okay, which is my limit. Well, I got my 2. Now, when you have 3, you pushing it, okay? It's getting a little hot in here. When you have 4, you know what? Give it to God. Give it to Jesus. Give it on to Jesus. When you got 5, oh, Lord. When you got 5 and 4 out of the 5 are boys.
Get somebody else to do it.
Kevin Hart, help me. Nigga, help me. Lord, I need some help. The stress of it all. But yes, oh Lord, Woody about to get all blood pressure up. Now, in the midst of everything going astray, we tired. We just the summer's coming and the lights are still off. Let's find the kids something productive to do which we kind of divide them amongst the family, and we decide to send Troy to Unsong's house, aka the bougie aunt. The bougie aunt, far removed from a Brooklyn situation. We live in the suburbs, and this is kind of a fish out of water situation for Troy. But in the midst of that, we transition into a completely different aspect ratio for the film, and it's really elongated. Actually, why do you think Spike Lee decided to do that?
I don't know. I said, is this because we on vacation? I said, is this just because it's a different worldview? And I can respect that because Spike Lee is famous for his perspectives, especially in cinematography. And I will say that we got a ton of wide angle shots when we are in the city. And now it is more up close. It's more narrow, which would mimic Aunt Song and her perspective of the world and how she views things and how people can think people in the suburbs think, right? Like, okay, they're more narrow-minded. excited. They're this. So I respect it. It took me a long time. I would always think it was like my TV or something. I'd be like, why when this part comes on, it always looks crazy and kind of distorted a little bit. But no, it absolutely makes sense. And I don't know why old folks always felt the need to pull out a hot comb. She said, you got all these beads and shells and rocks in your hair. Let's get.
I know you ain't got the nerve to be tender-headed. Yeah, I always thought the aspect ratio was, once again, like you said, because it was a more so narrow view. I thought it lended itself well to kind of being a fish out of water situation for Troy. Like, oh, this is completely different. But seeing this for the first time, and even the first few times, you're like, what the hell? It's like, hit the idiot box. Did something happen? Why did we get all stretched out in long ways? But I see all y'all in the chat. Queenie! Let's get into Aunt Song and all of her antics all around the house because, baby, oh Lord, somebody find my child.
90s. I'm gonna throw these things in the garbage. You need a hot comb on these now. You ain't got good hair like my baby. Viola, you got your bra on. Troy was also wearing them funny braids and beads and shells and things. Viola, help him with the fellas. Got the nerve to be tender-headed with these naps. Hold on! Oh, dear God! Oh, God, take me right now! I don't want to live anymore without my baby! Queenie! Well, shut my mouth wide open.
Okay. Now look at here. We're going to settle it for once and for all. Troy put that goddamn dog in the couch. I don't care. Troy makes it very well known from the moment she touches down. First of all, she doesn't even want to go over there. She want to stay with her brothers in Brooklyn. She didn't like the dog. I didn't like the little rat dog. My dog would kill your little rat dog. It ain't my dog. It's mama's dog. Like, Troy did not like that dog. She was eyeing it since she got there. Troy put that dog in that couch. What's up with the murder she wrote scene of it all? While they all watching the scene of the crime. Aunt Song is having a whole goddamn panic attack, breakdown, meltdown. Oh, they all just standing there like, y'all want to see a dead body? Like, everybody just stood around. It's so odd. It is so odd that these little girls are standing around just like kind of low-key taking joy out of it. Meanwhile, she's just breaking down into pieces because her baby, we already spent time outside looking for him. But I love the aspect of us getting to Aunt Song's house. I think everybody has an Aunt Song. I think Aunt Song now is a representation of what's like, what do we call it? Like the rich auntie? Like that, but just a rich auntie of this time, of, you know, the 50s, 60s, 40s, removed from that. And it's just, you know, extremely biblical. Doesn't really mean any harm, but maybe you're judgy. Always got something to say. If it doesn't make sense to you, then it doesn't make sense. We go to 1, 2, 3, the devil's after me up in here. We're going to wear our dresses because we're girls. We're going to probably wear stockings. We're going to, you know, cross our legs when we sit. And we're going to use this hot comb and get these naps out. Because, baby, we will not be walking around here with nappy hair beads and rocks in our hair. I love this transition. This just feels like once again a bygone era. We definitely had on songs. Whoo, Lord, just saying though, just speaking her mind. You know, this is training, bro. You ain't gonna need that for a while, girl. You ain't got nothing I ain't seen before. Open this door. Everybody has another song. But actually, what's up with the Queenie breakdown, and why in the hell? I will always say in the Black diaspora, especially with film, it is absolutely ridiculous what sticks with us and what we will take away and replicate throughout our culture in our everyday living age. Because I don't care where you at. Most of the time, if you are standing in a room full of Black folks and you go, Queenie, everybody's going to know what you're talking about.
Because Black people are unintentionally funny all of the time. And like I said, pay Aunt Song that good money for this scene because she did her big one. Like I said, it left an impression on me. But yes, everyone has an Aunt Song. And Aunt Song didn't bother me too much because like you said, she's a product of her time. And like you said, she didn't really mean no harm, honey. But when she said, did you brush your teeth and wash your face? Yes. Did you get full? Did you eat? Okay. All right. Move out the way. What are your names anyway? Get out the way. Like, it gave everything I needed because she thinks she's right about everything, and she thinks that she is inducting Troy, I guess, into this whole new world. Like, let me show you another way of life and another way of living, lady. And it wasn't that deep. But this was an iconic moment. You know, we find things hilarious. This was so inappropriate. But Spike Lee planned it this way. Because if you know you pop a weasel up out that couch while you pulling out the bed, that we're all gonna laugh. And especially she falling out talking about take her now and all of that. I thought it was really interesting because we also know an older family member who's adopted a younger person, right? And so they're raising this child while they're slowly aging. So I like Aunt Song. She ain't bothered me too much. Troy had a good summer, whether she liked it originally or not. She had fun with her cousin Viola.
Girl, just all kind of like, you don't got good hair like my baby. Right over there with all this good hair, light skin, you know, just very much a product over time. But I love it, just, you know, like to say, oh, just old fashioned and wrong. But we love her just the same, because, you know, we definitely didn't mean any harm. This was just a product of the time. But y'all know I'm gonna play that one more
You
time.
can't wear these. Viola, give Troy one of your 90s. I'm gonna throw these things in the garbage. You need a hot comb on these now. You ain't got good hair like my baby. Viola, you got your bra on. Troy was also wearing them funny braids and...
Child, pause there. The way the old folks would make you sleep, die, breathe, and eat in a bra. Like, Granny, I don't want to wear no bra all the time. You gotta sleep in a bra. I mean, Lord, I swear, up until a certain age, I was sleeping like I wouldn't step. You had that bra on every time. I'm just letting the girls loose in my older age. Because they said you're supposed to have a bra on at all.
Viola, help them with the fellas. Got the nerve to be tender-headed with these naps. Hold on! Oh, dear God! Oh, God, take me right now! I don't want to live anymore without my baby! Queenie! Oh, God, Queenie! Well, shut my mouth wide open.
Why do you have to do that?
Viola did that, Tyra. Troy ain't did that. Viola killed that dog.
Why now? Why would Viola kill the dog now?
Because you see, look, if you go back and look at Viola's face as she's watching her mama spaz out, it was like vindication. Viola killed that dog. It wasn't Troy.
I ain't even got the. We was gonna be having a moment. I could have got the clip, because as soon as they get there, the first time Troy says that she wants to leave, and they're like, "No, Troy, we like having you here. Like, just give us a chance." She looks at that dog, and it's some sinister smoke coming up off of her.
Maybe Viola teamed up, but I think it was Viola, because I feel like Aunt Song was paying the dog more attention than she was Viola, and Viola ain't like that.
Viola wanted to go to Brooklyn and be a high girl. She wouldn't ever.
Viola, you got your bra on. Troy was also wearing them funny braids and beads and shells and things. Viola, help them with the fellas. Got the nerve to be tender-headed with these naps. Hold on! Oh, dear God! Oh, God, take me right now! I don't want to live anymore without my baby! Queenie! Well, shut my mouth wide open.
Did you see Viola's face?
Was that the look, Ashley?
Viola looked like she did it. I believe I'm thinking Viola did it. I think so.
Oh Lord, the scene is gonna just take me out every time. Like, baby had a whole funeral for the dog. We gonna bury him in the front. We all with a cross. The way just nobody cared. Like, why did nobody care? Like, they lost the whole family, but y'all lost the whole dog. And they was just looking at. Even the husband was like, "Get your ass up, Aunt Song."
Y'all dog owners are something totally different. I haven't owned a dog as an adult, so I don't even know what that is. But I know these dog owners view these dogs as their kids, and so these see you
okay
now.
I will. I've only had my dog for a year now. I never had a dog in my life. just had my dog for a year now, and I'm telling you, I will be, oh Lord, no, my baby. I will be on the ground about Baney in a moment. Like, that's my son. Back in the day watching this, I was like, girl, get your ass up. It's just a dog. Now, being like a full-fledged pet owner, Lord Jesus, Lord, oh my God. I would be over there with Queenie. I would be yelling Queenie too. I would. Drop it in the chat. Did Viola kill the dog or Troy? I think it was Troy.
They saying Viola. They agree with me. Facts. It was Viola. Viola definitely did it. Viola did it with Troy's influence. Viola was like second in command.
Oh, Lord, dog owners are different. They are. I never thought I would be on the ground yelling Queenie. Let something happen to Bane. Oh God, nah, my son. Because it's an extension. Like, poor Unsung. She was misunderstood because y'all was supposed to be outside at the wake and stuff for Queenie, and y'all didn't show up like y'all was supposed to. But now getting into the what the hell moments, because Spike is gonna have a few what the hell moments, but there was collectively moments in this film where people were like, "Oh, Spike just kind of went too far." The Queenie situation at the time was one. They did not understand. They're like, "What the hell? What, Spike? What is happening? Why are we getting into this aspect ratio and her crying hysterically about this damn dog and it's popping out of this couch like an animatronic? It's weird." Then we have these moments. Of course, this is a surreal situation. Troy is pretty much having a nightmare. But aside from this, we have, these Shaft themed, who got some snaps on my main man Snuff, neighborhood Spike Lee glue sniffers. Who are, bullies, of the time, getting into inhalants. That's here. And then, like, the main thing, well, people were like, what at the time, which would be like, why? Of course, it's everything to us now, but we gotta go here.
I never go back to church.
I ain't no puta. I'm cunning. I keep my panty clean.
Ashley, how did you feel about the what the hell moment? Whether it was Queenie's situation in Unsung, that aspect ratio, or this nightmare dream sequence where she's being chased by the glue sniffers, waking up in cold sweats, along with Troy kind of having that sleepwalking moment and she pees in the corner of the room. People thought that this was like weird as hell and didn't understand why we had this here. Why was RuPaul never going back to Georgia? Like, what was happening here?
I actually enjoyed these moments, and whether you took them as comic relief, artistic choices, whatever, I think they added dimension to the film, and I think it gave us some range and dynamic, right? Because he is just telling a story of everyday life, like we talked about earlier, and so these things didn't bother me. I think every neighborhood had those two guys who was trying to get high and looking for money. Well, maybe not everybody, but in the hood, there was always those couple of characters. I really would have been interested in the deeper meaning of Troy's dreams and those things that happen at night. It bothered me watching it just recently, like when I just watched it over again last night. I was like, was Troy going through something like ahead of time? Like, I was like, are these like premonitions? Because Troy was kind of off. It was very odd. You don't find many people getting up and peeing in the middle of their brother's floor. Like, I needed to know a little bit more about that. But I think the other moments were lighthearted and added levity. But Troy's dreams and all that, I would want to sit down with Spike and ask him, what you mean by that? Like, what was your point with that?
I mean, first of all, not her just being chased by the glue sniffers. Girl, they tracked her down and made her sniff it. Yeah. She was rolling on cloud nine. Troy high as hell right here. For me, it was, I didn't know where he wanted to go with this. Of course, we already explained Queenie and the aspect ratio of it all. But the dream sequence for me was kind of me trying to take myself back to childhood, because I was thinking, when did I have the weirdest, most vivid, what the hell ass dreams? It was probably childhood. I can remember dreaming way more vividly as a child than I would ever do now. I rarely like dream now. Baby, we just sleep. It is dark. But back then, I would have the most technicolor, weird ass dreams. Now, nothing like this, but just maybe it was that also trying to get back into the childhood and what would like be a nightmare for you and your worst fear. Well, my worst fear is ending up like them lame glue sniffers on the block, chasing me down and making me sniff out of a paper bag and getting me high off of that glue. I was like, okay. I guess we're going, take it back, of course, to, something that we're seeing every day that may not be like a big fear to us, but maybe it was a larger fear for Troy because those are the boys on the block that you don't want to end up like. But that's the only thing I could take from it. Oh Lord. But baby, this here, when we get into Miss RuPaul, child, like what? Why? Because these are the moments where people are like, why? This has nothing to do like with the movie. Of course, we have her, we only see them like once or twice, of course, chasing down the neighborhood kids. And then we have it at the end where she's trying to, protect baby brother. You see, they said his mama's dead, and they took my money. And she goes and hits him in the top of the head and he bleeds. And, that's the last we see of them. But these are a lot of moments to a Shaft theme. And they roll over there on a trolley. On the dolly shot, and they roll over there, and she hits him in the head. Like, I mean, I just take it for that. These are choices, but I'm not mad at them. These are a part of the things that make Crooklyn stand out the most, and they add this individual aspect to the film. It just, I don't know, it's a little cheeky, but I'm not going to be like, yep, all of that Shaft theme and her rolling up on the dolly shot, hitting him in the head, and Spike Lee sitting here with his glue ring around his mouth. It makes total sense. I don't know. Leave it in the chat.
Because Spike will have a dolly scene. He gonna get it in. He's like, listen, I know the story, but yeah, I gotta put my stank on it. Like, he's gonna do it every single time. And like I said, I do think it added some dimension and layers to it, because other than that, we're really just watching Troy and her interactions with the family. So again, I wasn't mad at it, and I'm never mad at RuPaul, honey. I'm never mad at a moment. And Tito, I give you something good.
But no, it wasn't like that surreal when you look into what he had to say, or Joie and even their brother, I think his name is Sinique, the neighbor next door with the disgusting house with a bunch of dogs singing all off key, all loud with his thick glasses. This was a real neighbor. Even, these glue sniffers in the neighborhood, these are aspects from their actual childhood that they put into this film. And even, old Boo down there at the corner store dancing out now, Tito. Yeah, these were things that we saw around us, and we put them into the film, so they're not just absolutely just done. But yeah, and I was wondering, because I hadn't seen it in a minute. I was like, is this the one Spike film? I was like, no, you're gonna get this dolly. You're gonna get this dolly shot. I'm gonna find a way to implement my iconic tropes in here somewhere. But one more time for RuPaul, because baby, I have to get into my Kanye.
I never go back to church. I ain't no puta. I'm Kanye. I keep my panty clean.
Absolutely. Now, leaving us keeping our panty clean, we're having a good old time at Unsong's house until it's time for us to go. Now, prior to this, mommy, everybody's writing letters, giving us, updates on how the boys are, the family, the block is still the block. We're hoping you living your best life and happy birthday. Meanwhile, mommy has been at home suffering, really sick. We didn't know it was cancer just yet, but she is in the hospital, and we're not really transparent with Troy about everything that's going on because we don't want her to worry. Actually, we didn't say anything to Troy. And it was something that came on really quickly. When it comes to grieving and I guess notification of it all, I would say the earlier the better. When you do think just for a moment that there is something, you never know how much time you're going to have with someone, or when the last time is going to be the last goodbye. So do you think it's best to kind of shield children from certain things to, it's a need to know type of basis, or is it best to let them know?
I'm not a parent. But I know for me, what served me well, I feel like, is that my mom was very honest with me, brutally honest with me most of my life, even from the time I was adopted into adulthood. And I respect that. Like, I think if I was a parent, I'm of the mind that I want to tell you. I don't want my babies, I wouldn't want my children to have any regrets or feel like I lied to them or deceived them, right? Because that can come to rear its ugly head later down in life. Troy didn't even really get to say goodbye. So it's like, if you, well, I mean, she did, but she could have spent those last couple months with her mom. When she found out, I would have brought Troy home to give her that time. I don't think it's fair. I think kids are, while they're not fully autonomous, I think they can be given choices. And I think if you presented the information and give Troy, you know, the autonomy to choose, that would have been the better option in my book. I'm in favor of telling them kids, tell them kids what it is rather than lying, because I've seen family relationships destroyed because a parent lied to their child. And when the child found out about it, it was up and it was stuck forever. So yeah, that's my take on that.
I think even here at this moment, they're still kind of shielding her because she knows if she didn't know or Woody didn't know, he can't really even look Troy in the face. You know, he's trying to put up a strong front, and she's even kind of, well, you know, can you do something for me? Can you protect your brother? Can you make sure? I want you to, like, she's prepping for, you know, the end. So I'm like, why not just tell her so she kind of knows what it is, so I can at least try to make the most of the time that I have left. But I think these are triggers in things that'll make children feel like we don't need to grieve. Let's just act like you know, Spike and Joie said, we kind of just act like it didn't happen and we just really moved on. Meanwhile, everything was shattering around us. But yeah, I think it's important to inform. But how do you feel about this moment of her saying, because we're not talking to Woody, I don't know what we said to Woody. We really don't have her share anything with Woody beyond like this moment. This is just it. They don't have a conversation, but she does make it clear to Troy that your job is going to be to protect your baby brother. Do you feel like she should have put that on Troy, or should we just allowing Troy to be Troy?
And so here's the thing, and I don't want to talk about this lady as she's being, you know, going on, ushered onto the other side, but she was wrong as hell, because you shouldn't have married that man you was with, or you should have had somebody else in place that could provide support. It's not, the onus is not on this baby to take care of and protect her brothers. It's just not. Like, while that's nice in theory, like, oh yeah, you know, take it. No, it's not. She's not an adult. This is a baby herself, and this is going to cause her all kinds of issues because you married a trash man. Like, now the onus is on baby girl. Like, you got to do it, Troy. I'm dependent on you. You got to do this for mommy. I won't be able to do it. Make sure they're good. Make sure, remember to do that. No, that's not fair in my mind. And I get it. Like I said, it's of the time. And I know a lot of people who raise their siblings, for lack of a better word. Listen, but it's not fair, and it can cause all kinds of what's the word I'm looking for, but it can make them pissed off, right? Resentment. And so no, I just hate that. And like you have in your title, the adultification of Troy, and that's exactly what it is. It's not her role or responsibility to take care of them kids when they have a full able-bodied daddy at home. Talk to that man. Talk to his brother. Talk to his brother's wife, since y'all call them for everything else. Do that, but don't put this on her, in my mind. Don't do that.
Yeah, this was something that I always kind of regretted with the film, but they were trying to really stick to what they knew. So I was like, was this, you know, a product of the time? Was there not an understanding with the father? Did he not really, you know, step up? And I'm thinking that he didn't, because they said we just kind of moved on really quickly. Nobody talked about it. Nobody grieved. We just act like it never happened. And my mom was just gone. So I'm assuming, of course, with their own dad, there wasn't, you know, and once again, the dad, that musician, I don't know if he was as pure a musician as Woody. I don't know if it was that bad. But with them, you know, trying to mirror real life, I'm sure it's not far from it. And maybe their dad was giving a bit of that Woody energy. And that's why we didn't take this moment to have wife Carol sit and talk to Woody. I need you to make sure you stepping up, you know, taking care of the kids, the boys, making sure they have what they need, like doing that with him instead of kind of laying into a little 10-year-old Troy. Woo, Lord. Y'all about to make me mad. gotta have a life too. Oldest sister gotta have a life too. I'm trying to have a life.
And I know the looks were looks back then, but even the way we see her in that last scene, the outfit she has on, her little halter top, her dangly earrings, it's like, okay, it's time for you to step up and be mature now.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you just got so big. But yeah, she's just 10. She's just 10. And this baby here, I think she was 8 in this role. Like, she's just 10. And so many black girls are adultified and aged up enough. I don't want to be aged up by my own mom. I don't want to. I just want to be 10. I just want to be a little girl. Like, I just want to be a little girl. But and then, with the culture, of course, we're not having this conversation with Quentin. Quentin's the oldest, he's also a boy. We're not even having that conversation. It's going to be on you because you're the girl. You have to be the matriarch. You have to, give the service and the cleaning, be the carer, the nurturer, because you're the girl. And we're going to always put that on you because you are. I really, really wish we get away from that. I really wish we get away from that. I have always tried my damnedest because my baby, she's the oldest, she's the girl, and I have my son, just not to make her a surrogate parent because, child, I'm the product. Connie as it is. Nobody want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. But yeah, I was like, because I was wondering, I was like, oh, maybe that's why we ain't had no conversation with Woody and we were laying here. But we could have had this with Quentin. We did not. But getting into the actual grieving process of it all, this is pretty much all that we get from Woody. And it doesn't even feel like Woody is taking it in. We never hear Woody say, you guys are going to be okay. I'm here for you. I'm going to step up. Da-da-da-da-da. Even in this moment of him pretty much knowing it's over, Woody's she's going to be all right. She's coming home. Like, lying. And it's just like, do you feel like Woody, I don't even know why I'm at. Do you feel like Woody did the best that he could with what he had? And how'd you feel about the process of the kids grieving? Because you see all the kids crying, all the boys, and Troy is just very stoic. She's not crying at all. Even when we get down to the actual funeral in the service, the only pushback she gives us, of course, is, I don't even want to go. What difference does it make now she's gone? I don't want to get dressed. But we do see that little brief moment. I love when Quentin comes over and holds her hand in the end. But how do you feel about that grieving process and how Woody handled the situation?
He handled it as trash. Like I said, he lied to them babies initially. And, the brothers, it's not my fault. Well, no, it's not your fault. Even though y'all said wild stuff, we know it's not the baby's fault ever. I think that intrinsically Woody is a selfish person. He's been selfish since the word go. And it's always going to center him, I feel like. I did have a glimmer of hope because, like you said, Troy, as all the boys are breaking down, sobbing, and it's really overwhelming. They did a great job with the audio in this scene because you literally kind of hear like the visceral emotion of all of the boys while she's sitting there kind of stoic. But then at the end, she has a nightmare. She wakes up, she's emotional, whatever. Woody comes in, grabs her, holds her, is, telling her all of these things. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe Woody is going to step up. Maybe he's going to be a father. Then we see her picking out baby's hair, talking about, hurry up, dinner will be ready soon. And I'm like, hell to the nah. Woody could have done better. And if Woody couldn't do it by himself, go there to that brother. He got it together. Get some help. Get some support. But be a man for your children. I know he probably went right back to that piano. I don't know if he had a habit, but he probably went back to whatever he was doing and let Troy handle it because it's easier to let the woman handle it. You've been letting your wife handle it for all this time, so much so it killed her. And now you're still abdicating your responsibility because why is Troy telling them when to be in and that dinner's ready? Did you finally get a 9 to 5? They ain't show that scene, Tyra. No, he was Woody was a bum, and he stayed a bum in my mind.
I will say Spike Lee's father, to this day, is a pure musician. I don't know if he went, I don't know if music picked up or what happened, but yeah, we didn't have those scenes. We didn't. Like, ooh, child, things are going easier. Yeah, this was sad. This was sad, and everybody's mourning on the block, and Troy's just still trying to be strong because he's just in disbelief. But yeah, I was just trying to make sure we wasn't, I was like, Woody, you could have done a little bit more, Woody. You could have done a little bit more. But we get here. We got Mama Troy. Mama Troy. And of course, with this, representing 73, this coming out in 94, this was like circle of life. Like, this is as it should be. Troy, yes, girl. She's stepping up. She got this hair picked out. She's, I'm the mama. The baby's the mama, and the mama's the baby. I'm the baby. Yes, I'm the mama. Absolutely. I'm going to parent my younger sibling. Probably you have her transitioning as soon as she gets there. She's doing a little cleaning and the I hope that we are, taking the message of this film, but at the same time, trying to get away from this. This was not the circle of life moment that y'all portrayed it to be. I don't want Troy here taking autonomy over the situation and taking on the role as the mom, even if it's just for the younger sibling, because we know it's not. Troy is around there being the mama. Being the mama to the boys and stepping up, and as she gets older and gets into, young, like, it's just, I don't want this to be Troy's story, but I can understand why, with the era that this film came out and where it's coming from, they thought this was the right thing. But yes, Ashley, we grease and scaps and be in this house before street lights come on.
Pissed me off. And I said, damn it. And again, as a young person, you're not looking at the movie in this way. I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to be all right. Now I'm like, damn it, that ain't Troy's job. Y'all ruining Troy for life. Oh, my God. No.
I was over there, mighty, 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 mighty love. I was singing.
Just enjoying every bit of it. Like, okay, they're going to be all right. She going to take care of these, but that's not Troy's job. Like I said, I really, really, watching this back, I did not enjoy this at all. This was not a beautiful moment. The babies were beautiful, very, very moisturized, very melanated. I love the optics of the scene, whatever, but I hate that for Troy. I hated that for Troy, and Woody's still trash.
Yeah, I just want us to cherish our Black girls. Can we do that? Cherish our kids overall, but as young ladies, just allow us to be little girls, be teenagers, be young adults before we just go into full-fledged womanhood at 10. Can we please? let us breathe. But here we are. But before we close out with our remarks, do know that we got members, y'all. We got members. We do stuff for the members in our membership quarters every single Sunday, along with, other Saturday, along with other things for our members. We do have a members only watch along where myself and Ashley takes turns, giving what needs to be gave. Last night we watched American Fiction. Ashley, for the first time, had a good time there. And this week it is my turn, and this is the movie that I picked. If you want to be in the house having a good time with us behind paywall, and I know it's gonna be a good time because Ashley's there and she don't be doing them horror streaks like that. This is what I picked, and we're gonna have a good time Saturday. I'll be right back, y'all.
In this neighborhood is a house where souls never rest. You're invited to share their secrets. I've been waiting for you boys. You're invited to share their tales. Unless, of course, you're scared. Tales of madness. Of revenge.
The dolls don't want you there. They want reparation.
Of horror.
He thinks he needs to kill the monster.
Now, your most terrifying nightmare and your most frightening reality are about to meet. On the streets.
Man, this is a trip, homie. I don't need nothing from no house of dead folks, okay?
Child, what a transition from all the positivity in this house of hell. From all the once again, this was 95. They was like, we don't want this Crooklyn. We trying to go to the hood with the horrors and everything else. Who's gonna be in the hood? But yes, you guys, that was my pick. We are watching Tales from the Hood with the members. Be sure to become a member in the meantime, in between time, getting into that next Saturday to participate in that. Because when I tell y'all, it's gonna be an absolute cackle. But getting into the end of the film, one thing we did not talk about, and I think the only thing, is the soundtrack. The soundtrack. Y'all know I wasn't going to leave out the soundtrack. Y'all know I'm a music lover. was incredible. Now, this has 2 volumes. I couldn't even fit everything here. I would never try because it was just too many songs. But we always speak on how important music is in a film and how we're not getting the soundtracks like we used to, whether it was a combination of songs and a mix of, newer songs, or it was just original songs for the soundtrack. Hence your Waiting to Exhale, your Boomerangs, your Love Jones, your Soul Food soundtracks. This is one of them. I don't think we mentioned this one for how good it is. Crooklyn has a really, really great soundtrack. Actually, if you want to look up both volumes in your phone, you can, because it's all I have here. Top 5 songs from Crooklyn before we get out of here.
My goodness gracious. Oh, Tyra, this is hard. Hold on. Let me pull up the
At
other.
least I say 3. At least I say 3.
Oh my gosh. Hold
It's such
on.
a good soundtrack for everything that we mentioned, what we love about the film, whether it's the atmosphere or the family or the nostalgia or the kids. The soundtrack here plays a really big role because when they play Pass Them Peas like you used to do before Troy goes steal because she don't want to spin them full steps. I was having a good time. I was gonna pass them peas. I'm talking about you. Like, what are my top 5? Y'all put y'all top songs down there in the chat.
Okay, first of all, because this song makes me think of Crooklyn every time I hear it, we're gonna go, people make the world go round. We're gonna definitely do stylistics. That's on the list. This is in no particular order, okay? We are going to do Ooh Child, okay, by the 5 Stair Steps. That's 2. We're gonna do Pusher Man because that's Curtis Mayfield. I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that in the alley, right? Oh my goodness.
I'm your Pusher Man.
Oh my gosh. What else, y'all? This is hard.
It might be. It is. It's all.
We'll do I'll Take You There because that's just the staple singers. We're gonna do that. And to round it all off, we'll do Oh Girl, I'd be in trouble if you let me now. Yeah. That's
nowhere to look for love. I just don't know how. Okay. Mine, number 1 is always going to be the title track. It's going to be Crooklyn. Crooklyn is one of the best hip hop songs ever made. Ask your mama. Best. Master Ace, Special Ed, all of them over there. Really, really good song. Even rolling over into Crooklyn Dodgers when you get in the Clockers. Top tier hip hop. Love that song down. One of my favorites. Crooklyn's always going to be there. Let's see. Ashley said, I'm gonna go with Sly Stone, Everyday People. I'm gonna go with Everyday People. I'm gonna go over there with Everyday People. Never Can Say Goodbye. Them Jackson fans. I just love the song when it comes in. James Brown, because we're gonna pass them peas like we used to do. We're gonna pass some goddamn peas. And finishing it off, it's gonna have to be People Make the World Go Round. We're gonna do that. That's top. Somebody said, "Oh, girl." It's a thin line between love and hate. Y'all got some good stuff here. Big Pusher Man, Mr. Big Stuff. Because why you spend my nickels? Not my buffalo nickels. Have my own ice cream. I've been saving these. Did anybody else collect those? I remember collecting nickels too. They ain't never make it though because we was getting spent. Let's see. Time has come today. Everyday People, pass the peas. Good stuff. Let's see. All right, Anil, stop touching me ugly. People Make the World Go Round. Mr. Big Stuff. She stole the nickels. ABC song Summer. El Pito. I never go back. I didn't know that was called. That's called I Never Go Back to Georgia. That's what that's called. El Pito. I never go back to Georgia. Yes, good times. Now, Ashley, anything else on Crooklyn before we get ready to get on up out of here?
Just if you haven't watched it, and I mean, if you've been here this whole time, I'm sure you've watched it. But if you haven't, this to me is one of Spike Lee's greatest works. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a time capsule of like a Black experience. And I just think, like I said, I wish we get more films like this in the future where we see Black people just being, right? And embracing who they are and all of them. It was a joy to watch. Like I said, even now, though, that there's some problematic themes, I still believe it's a beautiful story, you know, at the end of the day. And they told it in an incredible way.
Absolutely. My ending remark would definitely be, where is our new Crooklyn? Where's our, new staple Black family film to where we can have some of this energy, but also kind of right wrongs here where we see those ending things are problematic to maybe just display that we still value a lot of things here, but we also acknowledge what's problematic and things that we need to change moving forward as, Black families, Black dynamics in the future. Maybe situations with Troy or Carol, and being that active dad, loving your children while also being a provider. Where those things, I really would like for us to take value and get into more of these stories, because I think we say all the time, like, we have so many stories. We are, not monolithic. We have so many different perspectives that we could share, but it always seems like, kind of with Black films, there is a tendency to leave in more of the traumatic things, more of the traumatic things in life. But hopefully, we get back to some Crooklyn inspired type of scenarios with Black people and Black families. I would love to see something more so modern day, and just see. Is there still value in it, or would it be Flop City like this was, or would somebody value it now? But that's all I have to share, y'all. Not too long after this, in a couple hours, myself, Nikki, and Sister Girl on Film, we'll be getting into some horror. We'll be getting into some killer cons, so please be back to support me with that. And like I said, please join the membership. If not the membership, then at least join the Discord, because we are trying to get more active with having other open watch alongs and certain things that you could only participate in there. We would love to have you and have our space grow there. Yeah, we're finna get into that Tales from the Hood. Don't be late to the party. Go and sign up and get that membership. Ashley, anything else you want to share before we get out of here?
Yeah, just make sure you're subscribed and you have that notification bell on so you don't miss a thing. We have so much coming down the pike. So just make sure that you guys are in the know, and please come join the Discord. I'm going to put a link up. So yeah, head over. We are so close to getting to 100 members. So if you could come on over and show some love in the Discord. We do all sorts of fun stuff over there.
Yes, because I never go back to Georgia. Hey. No, Tito. Okay, get on over there. Oh, let's see. Critical thinking said the closest thing. If the closest thing was exhibiting forgiveness, that says a lot. We've seen exhibiting forgiveness. And as I said, I feel like there are more scenarios to share. And exhibiting forgiveness wasn't a bad film at all. I was really surprised at how it came out and how we were literally exhibiting this forgiveness. But
literally,
it's still layered in trauma. I just, and that's not to say that we don't have our traumatic moments in Crooklyn, but they didn't trump the entirety of the film. The main thing we admire and remember about Crooklyn is, the music, the atmosphere, the laughter, the kids, the games, playing in the streets, the neighborhood, the community. Not so much Woody being Woody, just a kind of a balance. Alice, you want to share anything on exhibiting forgiveness?
Absolutely not.
Oh, God, okay. Ashley said, no. Yes, I keep my pajamas clean. I keep my pajamas clean. I ain't no. But y'all, we are definitely, please watch the replay and leave your comments below about how you guys feel. Once again, like Ashley said, become a member of the Discord. If there is an issue with YouTube notifying you, if you get in the Discord and have things turned on there, I'm sure it will. That'll notify you, way before YouTube ever will. It plays an avid role in making sure we are and you guys are where you need to be, because we want you guys to be in here having fun. We don't want anybody to miss anything. But catch the playback if you are just getting here, and we are going to get out of here. I'll see you guys shortly for KillerCon, and everybody have a blessed day.
I want to enjoy the luxury of like not knowing each other for real. Hold up. Lord is flower bound, firefly. When I'm low, she take me high. I can teach you all the sounds of love. Flower bomb, let me guess your favorite fragrance. And you got that bomb. I'm trying that nature. No disrespecting, baby. Just try and make you smile. Try to keep my spirits up. That's why I lays it down. Try to keep your spirits up. Little vodka, whatever. Took it forever to get dressed. I acknowledge your effort. So I clap for her. She deserves an applause. Shawty working so hard. She deserves that baton. Shawty, where your baton? Racing through my mind like she heard that. I got that work. I heard that she been on strike. Care to tell? Read your mind. She been on them dollars first. Caramel, macchiato. When Shawty get in the work, I can be your boyfriend, be your Vito, or a grand reverse.